Nearly 100 families have evacuated, and this isn't the only place where evacuations are going on. Families are out of their homes in Chelan, Okanogan, and Lewis counties. I'm Claire Graham. Good evening. Thanks for being here. That fire right now near Addie is called the Marble Valley Fire. Let's put our fire mode mapping in motion, show you where that is. Off Marble Valley Basin Road near Highway 395. KHQ Local News reporter Liz Birch has been there all night for us. Liz, it hurt to read your tweet tonight that you were with people who were watching their home burn.
Claire, up on this hillside, it's been an absolutely devastating scene as we sat with neighbors who were watching their homes burn right before their eyes, right behind me here. And they're just saying there's really nothing they could do. Now, the fire department says there's not much they can do either. You can see this wind is so strong. In fact, it's too strong for airdrops. Even if it wasn't, resources are stretched too thin for them to fight these flames. They asked for county assistance, but there's no one left to send.
Because of the so many fires in the area right now, the resources are stretched so terribly thin, we're not doing hardly any direct attack on the fire at all. We're doing 99% of what we're doing is structure protection. We're just running from house to house trying to steer the fires around the various buildings and letting the main body of the fire burn.
Are we looking at more homes possibly burning tonight?
Yes, we are.
Neighbors are helping each other to save their homes, but there's only so much they can do.
There are a lot of livestock in the area and stuff that people are just turning loose and everything, and yeah, this is the closest one that we've had here. But it'll be okay. They'll get it. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of houses lost and everything, but
now, firefighters say there is one thing people can do to help them. They say stop stopping in the road to take pictures. You're blocking the road and making their jobs harder. Live tonight in Addie, Washington, Liz Birch, KHQ Local News.
Gosh, Liz, thank you. It's so scary to hear. Now, the Red Cross has opened a shelter for people affected by this fire. That shelter is at Guess Elementary in Chewelah. It's open now, and it'll stay open until emergency management says it's safe to go home. Now, Liz also tweeted out earlier tonight, the firefighters told her they asked for more resources, but there weren't any. Just gives you an idea of how thinly stretched emergency personnel are right now. When this fire broke out, 911 dispatchers in Stevens County had twice the number of calls they normally have, but that's becoming more common across the state. And tonight, Okanogan County is in a state of emergency. Blake Jensen joins us now. Blake, you've been talking with the emergency management department there.
Yeah, all day long. And I tell you what, Maurice Goodall has been a very busy man tonight. And Maurice Goodall is with the Department of Emergency Management there in Okanogan County, joins us now on the phone. Maurice, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm looking a little tired myself, but we're hanging in there.
Yeah, now I want to ask you first and foremost, right off the top here, evacuations that are in place right now that people in Okanogan and Chelan County need to know about.
Well, we've got evacuation notices off of fire that is called the North Star Fire, which is just coming off the Colville Indian Reservation and spotting out into the Aeneas Valley. We have some level 3 evacuations in that area, and we also there's 2 fires in that area. That's the North Star Fire, which is spotted several miles forward to the north in the Aeneas Valley, and then we have we don't have a name on this one, but I'm calling it the Tunk Creek Road Fire. That's a very large fire that's kind of hooking back around to the north from the Riverside area.
And that's really been the story tonight, is there have been so many fires, it's hard to even keep up, not even names for these fires, hard to tell even where they're burning right now, and that's one of the biggest problems. We're looking at a map right now of some of the fires in that area. Talk a little bit about the state of emergency that's in place now. You asked for state assistance, and it sounds like you're going to get some of that just because they were so close in Chelan.
That is correct. We have several fires down last year. We had the Carlton Complex fire, and it's burning some of that same ground over again. It came into the Antoine Creek area, came over into the Alta Lake off of Billy Goat Mountain. From there, it actually jumped over the Columbia River, went into the Douglas County. Because the fire started down in Chelan County, they already had state mobilization in place. They extended that into our area. We're also working on state mobilization for our North Fire that I just spoke about. And we have a team that hopefully tomorrow is going to be coming down and helping us off of the 9 Mile fire that ran very quickly yesterday. It was over 3,500 acres that was just north or east of Oroville. And we did declare a state of emergency with commissioners, and hopefully we're going to get some resources in here, but things are very, very thin. The Forest Service is working on this fire, the North Star fire that is spotted forward, and they're predicting that thing is gonna run hard tomorrow north through Anias Valley.
And that's
Route 20.
And that's the big concern, is just how thinly stretched everyone is right now. Hopefully you get some of that help. And Maurice, thank you so much. Best of luck to you, and our thoughts are with everybody there in Okanagan County.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Claire?
All right, Blake, thank you to you, and thank you to Maurice for talking to us there. We do have some information just coming into our newsroom right now from Okanagan County. Level 3 evacuations are in place for the Antwine Creek area near Alta Lake and Black Canyon Road. If that's where you live, you should head to Brewster High School. Of course, several other wildfires are burning in our area right now. Tonight, the Lawyer Complex fire near Kamiah, Idaho is also forcing people to leave their homes. There are mandatory evacuations for people east of the river. The fires there are burning more than 11,000 acres, but they are 15% contained. Firefighters do say lightning sparked these fires. In Chelan County, a number of wildfires burning near Chelan Falls, forcing hundreds of people to evacuate. That includes Union Valley, Cagle Gulch, First Creek, Granite Falls, Apple Acres Trailer Park, and Paradise Condos. Road closures, of course, are now in place on Highway 97 to State Routes 971 and 971 at South Shore Road. We've learned the Red Cross shelter has moved to the Eniat Valley Community Center for this fire. It's open to anyone who's been evacuated. If you have small pets, volunteers are working with the Wenatchee Humane Society to take them in. Firefighters continue to battle a blaze in Rose Lake, Idaho tonight, just south of I-90. Lightning sparked this fire, and it's burned about 70 acres, but deputies say the interstate is open there. Tonight, there are no evacuations in place. The Stick Pin fire near Republic, Washington, however, has grown dramatically now to 20,000 acres. Ferry County Sheriff deputies have ordered level 3 mandatory evacuations for people on Long Alec Creek and Boulder Creek. Areas nearby should also be ready to evacuate. Another fire broke out off Whipple Road in Spokane Valley. This is about 3 acres. Thankfully, no homes have been burned. There are level 1 evacuations in place, but firefighters have spotting on both sides, they're saying. They've got a lot of resources trying to fight this fire right now. In Pend Oreille County, firefighters say they're putting mandatory evacuations in place for 3 campgrounds because of the fire in the Colville National Forest. The Tower Fire is burning at least 40 acres on South Baldy Mountain. No word yet on any containment numbers or what may have caused this fire. In Deer Park, firefighters are trying to fight a fire off of Mackenzie Woodlard Road. Right now, it's threatening buildings in the area, but there are no mandatory evacuations in place. Excessively high winds have caused the Parker Ridge fire in the Idaho Panhandle to jump West Side Road. Boundary County is now also in a state of emergency. If you live in Bonners Ferry, deputies say you should evacuate to the Bonners Ferry Fairgrounds. If you need any other information, you can call the Boundary County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen. And right now on our website, you can get regular updates on all the wildfires burning in our region. Also there, you'll be able to find our Fireproof Special, which has everything you need to know when it comes to fire season, including what you should do when the evacuation order comes. You'll find all of that on our homepage. Just head to KHQ.com. We did declare a weather authority alert tonight, fearing the winds, heat, and desperately dry conditions made for a perfect firestorm. Sadly, we were right. Blake Jensen's in the Weather Center for us. Blake, are the winds calming down anytime soon?
They are actually calming down right now. That is a little piece of good news. Unfortunately, even though they're calming down, they're still around 20 miles per hour in Spokane. You can see still between 10 and 20 miles per hour through the northern panhandle of Idaho, and still coming down off the east slopes of the Cascades between 10 and 20 miles per hour. And that's, of course, the place that we're really keeping an eye on, because so many of those fires burning near Chelan County as well as they're into Okanagan County, as we just talked about a little bit earlier. Now, we are under that weather authority alert. We're going to continue that weather authority alert until these winds die down even more. That could last into tomorrow morning, but right now it's those winds that are continuing to make a big problem out there. A lot of the red flag warning has expired. You saw where the winds were calmer out across the Columbia Basin. That has now expired, but we still have a red flag warning in place over northeastern portions of Washington as well as the northern panhandle of Idaho, and that's going to go through the night tonight, because we still could see a few more thunderstorms out there this evening. Gusts to 40 miles per hour within those thunderstorms possible. Still fairly dry out there, and the biggest concern is that lightning could start new fires, because unfortunately, unless you're right under one of those thunder cells, we haven't been seeing a whole lot of rain with those thunderstorms as of yet either. So a big concern still out there with the red flag warning in place, and could see some more storms tonight. More on that in a few minutes. Claire.
Blake, thanks. And just in the last 15 minutes now, Grant County Sheriff deputies have tweeted to me saying I-90 is back open tonight after that dust storm that shut it down between Vantage and George. Grant County Sheriff deputies shut down the highway this afternoon because of all the poor visibility. You can see the thick dust filled the air. One of our viewers sent us this video, giving you a pretty clear idea of what it was like out there. Pretty incredible pictures. And this video is just into our newsroom. Take a look at your TV screen right now. Our Facebook friend Scott Hunting sent us this video of a semi-truck that exploded into flames along Highway 395 today. He said he missed being in the middle of it by seconds. This was just one of the crashes that dust storm caused today. And tonight, 395 is still closed from I-90 to Highway 26 south of Ritzville. If you drive between Spokane and the Tri-Cities, that's the route you probably take. Now take a look at some of the carnage from the cars earlier today. There were dozens of crashes, but the good news is no one was seriously hurt. Allison Flicker spent tonight on Highway 395 to get a closer look at what drivers were dealing with.
Highway 395 is still closed tonight, and Washington State troopers don't know yet when it'll be back open, causing a lot of people to change their course of plans today because of a lot of dust and, as you can see, a lot of wind.
The car in front of you would disappear within 5 seconds, 3 seconds.
And a few seconds was all it took for this and this and this to happen.
You could hear, I'd say about 10, 15 really big loud smacks.
Mark's car was towed away first.
It's zero visibility. Can't see anything.
Just to give you an idea of how strong the wind was, take a look at this sign right here, something that should be pretty sturdy. It's really shaky.
30, 35 at the most, maybe 20.
And all afternoon,
It bounced the car around a little bit.
the wind and the dust didn't die down.
Was out there, we passed a lake, and I couldn't tell what it was.
Allison Flicker, KHQ Local News.
Allison, thanks for that. All right, still much more to come here tonight at 11. We'll go back out live to the Marble Valley Fire in Addy, Washington, bringing you the latest information on evacuations and the dangers to homes. And we are issuing a weather authority alert after today's huge dust storm and the dangerous fire conditions we have now. Blake Jensen will have your forecast to see what lies ahead.
Yeah, the Seattle Seahawks open up the preseason with some of the Hawks' new weapons stealing the show. Plus the Indians, their game ends in a walk-off. We have all your highlights coming up later in sports.
Now on KHQ, breaking news.
Welcome back. We continue to follow breaking news out of Stevens County, where firefighters are battling a blaze that broke out in Addy, Washington. Take a look at these live pictures from Addy right now. Firefighters say at least 4 homes have burned in this fire, and there are level 3 evacuations in place for several people. The fire is burning specifically off Marble Valley Basin Road near Highway 395. If that's where you live, firefighters are asking you to leave your home right now. The Red Cross has opened a shelter for anyone affected by this fire at Guess Elementary in Chewelah. It's open now and it'll stay open until emergency management says it's safe to go home. Right now we are issuing a weather authority alert after that huge dust storm today and these dangerous fire conditions tonight. Blake Jensen's coming back in a couple minutes with your full forecast next.
And good evening, welcome back. We are in a weather authority alert. Part of the reason for that is this right here. You're looking at live pictures right now from the Marble Spring fire right now. That's up near Marble Valley fire, rather, up near Addy. The image is brought to you by KHQ photographer Tim Martin. I've been bringing you updates there, but a very scary situation, very scary images, and that's why we had that weather authority alert in place. Dangerous fire conditions out there throughout the day today. Of course, we saw the wind kicking up the dust. We still have some wind out there right now. It is calming down a little bit, but still strong enough to keep pushing these fires. So some wind still around 20 miles per hour through the night tonight. Still some isolated thunderstorms going on to the north, mainly near the Canadian border.
Now on KHQ, breaking news.
We're continuing to follow breaking news out of Addy, Washington tonight, where a fire has burned at least 4 homes. Right now there are level 3 evacuations in place in the area, and we'll send it back out now to Liz Birch, who's on the front lines of this fire right now. Liz, what are the conditions like out there for you?
Claire, dusty and windy is the best way to describe how it is out here. Not only are those winds blowing so fast, firefighters tell us they're changing directions about every 15 minutes, making it that much harder to protect any more homes from burning and to fight these flames. I'm going to step out of the way here and let you get a view of those flames. They're so short on resources with so many fires burning around the state. They asked for state mobilizations, but there was literally no one left to send this fire. Now, the best thing they can do is to evacuate people as quickly as possible. I'm here with the Sheriff's Department. They're telling me they don't have the resources to go door to door, so look out on hyper-reach alerts for evacuations. Just in the last few minutes, we've learned about new evacuations, so be sure to look out for those and keep updated as this fire spreads so quickly. We're also updating those evacuations on KHQ.com, on KHQ Facebook, and KHQ Twitter if you want to look out there to see if your house is being evacuated. Live in Addie, Washington, Liz Birch, KHQ Local News.
All right, Liz, thank you so much for the update. Glad you're staying safe out there. All right, don't go anywhere now. Blake Jensen's coming back in a couple minutes with one last look at your weather. Don't miss it.
Now on KHQ, breaking news.
We are continuing to follow breaking news out of Stevens County tonight. Firefighters are battling a blaze in Addie, Washington. Firefighters do tell us at least 4 homes have burned in this fire. There are level 3 evacuations in place and more evacuations happening as we speak. Of course, this fire is burning off of Marble Valley Basin Road near Highway 395. If that's where you live, you should leave your home right now. The Red Cross has opened a shelter for people affected by this fire at Guess Elementary. It's in Chewelah. This shelter is open now, and it'll stay open until emergency management says it's safe for people to go home. Of course, the fire conditions are pretty rough out there. Let's go over to Blake with a look at your weather.
Yeah, and it's all about those winds, and the winds should be calming down as we go through the late hours tonight into tomorrow morning, but only calming down to about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So we're going to still have a little breeze out there for us throughout the day tomorrow. Some clouds early on to start, then clearing to mostly sunny by the afternoon. High temperatures can be much cooler after the cold front that moved through today that brought a lot of these conditions. 76 is all for the high tomorrow. A little bit warmer for Sunday, 80 degrees with sunny skies there, and then things looking very nice through the rest of next week with temperatures that are going to be in the low to mid 80s. Unfortunately, looking at the long range models, doesn't look like there is a whole lot of rain in that 7-day forecast.
That's what we really need right now.
That is what we really need. A big soaker would be
perfect.
Would
be great. Yeah. All right. Until next time, see you later.
See you later.